Hi guys. So this is our demo on how to make a seamless pattern. You are going to make one seamless pattern just right off the bat. And then you are going to make three that you're going to be using for your actual final thing that are going to be based on the principles of design. So I've attached to this assignment Gravit's actual really great instructions about how to make a seamless pattern. So we're talking about a pattern that continues on infinitely, right? So it repeats seamlessly. So yes, seamless. This is what happens if we screw up, right? We'll have edges at the borders, okay? So that's what we don't want. All right, so let's do the demo. You're going to make one and turn in just to show me that you can do it. And then for the rest of the week, you're going to be making seamless patterns with the symbols that we made in the past. So right now, you're going to come up here to Gravit Designer, and we're going to make a 400 by 400 pixel document. Okay, so it's very important that it's square because a perfect square is going to be easy to repeat, okay, for the seamless pattern. Technically, you could make as long as it's square, you could make this any size you want, but we're going to go with 400. We're going to put in our document, our symbols. For us, if you go to your library and go grab like a sticker for the demo, that's totally fine, all right? So we've got some stuff like this, all right? So you can use those for your demo. If you are making your actual things, what we could do is open from Cloud, all right? And you can open up your symbols. Notice that we have two tabs up here, right? And you could select your element. I like to group them, by the way. And I would copy, Control-C on our keyboard, and then come over here into my other one and Control-V to paste it in, all right? So you can see we can move our symbols into this new document. The next thing that I'm going to do is definitely save. So I'm going to save to Cloud as, and I'm going to call this pattern demo. Okay. Definitely save. I also, when you guys are doing this for real, you're going to have to tell me what principle of design this is based on. So let's say I want this to be, let's see, contrast. I would go to my pages, and I'd just like you to name the page that this is on for the principle that you're going to be using to arrange your elements, okay? So, yep, and now let's get into that's just setup stuff, all right? So let's talk about how this actually works. The golden principle here is that if you have stuff in the middle of the square, it's fine, it's easy. You can just leave it there, no big. But to make seamless patterns, what we want to do is run something off the left side and then move it and duplicate it so it moves the same amount off on the right side. Or have things run off the top and then run off the bottom as well. Okay? So I'm going to put a couple elements in here. Okay, so I'm going to run something off, at least one thing off my left side, and I want to run at least one thing off on the top, all right? So what we do is, to make this seamless, this now has to run the exact same amount over off on this side. So what we're gonna do is we hit Control D to duplicate. You can see I have another path here now, hopefully. And then with that duplicate selected, I'm gonna go over to my transform key. You can see that there is position, and there's an x-axis, which is this way, and a y-axis, which is this way, just like in, graphing. So I want to move this on the x-axis. So we are going to literally, it says negative 32.7 for me because that's the placement on the x-axis. But if I add, so I'm literally going to type in at the behind here, plus 400. 400 is the amount of pixels that this is wide. So if I move it exactly 400 pixels and press enter, oh, I didn't get everything here. But you can see that it is moving. So let me fix that. I'm gonna be on this group. All right, I'm gonna hit Control C. And then I would say plus 400. And you can see that moves. But it didn't duplicate. There we go. And if I wanted to move back this way, I could say minus 400. And you can see that is going to be seamless across. So again, this one, I'm gonna hit Control C. I can see that that didn't duplicate because there's not another group on there. So let's try that again. Control C. I can also come over here, select that layer, and edit duplicate. There you go. So that's another way to do it if it's being funky. And on the y-axis, I'm going to say plus 400. And it will move down. All right. And then what happens is I can then put anything I want in here. So anything that's not running off the page is just fine. Other things that we can do are, if I just click on the back, you can see we have page color. So I can change the background color to fit the colors that I'm going on here. And another thing that we want to do while we're here is just make sure that right here where it says page size over here, we want to make sure we have clip content on. So what that does is if it doesn't, you'll see that that goes off the page. That's not what we want. So we want to have content clipped. All right, so Control Z, Control Z. Oh. Yeah, so we want that clipped so that things go off are trimmed off the side. All right. That is a seamless pattern. So what we can then do is down at the bottom, all right, we can actually export this as a PNG. So down at the bottom of the layers, we can see Make Exportable. All right. So we can add export. We're going to export one of these, right, as a PNG and 1 times the size. So it's going to be this size when we export it. So we hit the plus, and then we hit the arrow to export. We'll call this pattern demo. All right, I'm saving it on my desktop. And what happens So you can see here, this is just a JPEG of my pattern, right? So you can see it's exactly the same. How we can test this, all right, is it seamless? That's the question. So I'm just gonna, on a different page, one of my random pages over here, let's just go here. How do we make this? All right, so I'm gonna go take any shape. I'm gonna do a polygon here, nice big polygon, all right? I can put a seamless pattern on this. So to test my pattern, I'm gonna come select any shape, and I'm going to go to the fill, and where it says color fill, remember we can change to gradients and stuff, so I'm gonna change from a gradient to a texture fill. Okay, so it's naturally going to be a checkerboard, which is a seamless pattern, but I can choose a different image. So I have this click, choose image, and I'm gonna put in my pattern demo. And you can see that, let's see, I can move this and there is still pattern going on no matter where it is, right? That pattern is continuous. All right, so you can see the pattern will continue on and on and on and on. All right, so for your demo, I would like you to make one pattern with just the stickers, and make sure it's seamless, and you are going to attach the PNG of your demo pattern, so I know that you guys are can do the seamless pattern and are not having any issues. Definitely watch this video, but also there is step-by-step walkthrough right here as well. So definitely email me with any questions. That is how we are going to make seamless patterns.